Hey guys, it's Nick and Paul here with the Bearded Banner Show. We are getting ready to go inside and meet our mayor, Russ Kessler here of Haysville. You ready for this?
Let's do it.
All right, let's go.
Put your pinky rings up to the moon. Girls, what y'all trying to do? 24 karat magic in the air.
All right, guys, welcome to the Bearded Banter Show. This is Nick and Paul here, coming live from the most important office here in Haysville. We got a special guest with us on the show here, Russ Kessler. He is our city mayor. Russ, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day.
Sure. Yeah. Glad to be here.
Oh, man,
Thank you for coming.
Oh man, it's fun. I mean, every time I've been to a meeting like this in an important office, it's typically because I've gotten in trouble. So it's nice to be not the one getting in trouble, but. Paul, I'm going to kind of let you take control over the reins here just for a little bit.
All right, like Nick said, we got Russ here, and Russ, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, your past, and
Yeah, sure. I grew up here in South Wichita. Went to South High. Joined the Navy right after high school, and went in the Navy for 23 years. Retired, came right back here. I knew I would come back in this area just outside of Wichita, and I loved Haysville for everything that it stood for and all the different programs and things that they go on here, like Village Christmas, Fall Festival, all that great stuff. It's a very great community, family oriented.
So 23 years
Yes.
in the Navy. What was the highlight? Did you go to any place that was super cool, super fun?
To a lot of places overseas. While I was stationed on a PCS on a ship, all over Europe. Everything from Scotland to Germany to Netherlands, Poland, all those countries over there. And, plus went to the Panama Canal, went to Panama, Ecuador, Costa Rica,
Wow.
Japan, Alaska.
Konnichiwa.
so interesting side note here.
Yes.
My dad was Army, and he was stationed at Fort Clayton down in Panama, so I know all about the Panama Canal. They were there from 84 to 87 when Manuel Noriega was in charge, so that was a fun time.
Wow. 23 years. So when did you retired then from?
Correct. Yes.
So what was your rank at retirement?
I was a chief petty officer. I was a CTM chief, cryptologic technician, maintenance chief.
That I can't even pronounce it. So what's that job entail of? I mean,
cryptology, coding, codes, things like that.
okay.
So I was the maintenance chief on cryptologic gear, direction finding equipment, anything from radios to receivers to antennas to computers, anything electronic. I would work on.
Cow. That is awesome,
So it was a great job.
man.
How much time you spend on ships?
I spent probably the last 9 years on and off ships.
Okay.
3 years permanently assigned to a ship, and then the other 6 years on and off doing direct support, installing equipment, uninstalling it, taking it back to the shop, getting it ready to install on another ship. So it was, I was probably on most ships up and down the East Coast
Okay.
during that time frame.
So any big name ships that we would probably recognize if you told us?
The one I was stationed on was Oscar Austin. It was the guided missile destroyer, DDG-79. We were involved with the Iraq War. We shot 33 missiles
Oh wow.
into Iraq, so that was very interesting.
Yeah, I can imagine so.
Yeah.
Holy moly. That I couldn't imagine. I love going on vacations and I love seeing areas of the world that you'd never get to live, I guess, but to be able to cover that much ground and your time in the service is, man, that would just be
Yeah.
an incredible opportunity.
And as a veteran myself, thank you for your service.
Well, thank you.
Well, cool. So as moving forward, Russ, we try to come up with some questions. Now, one that we were curious about. Got a couple surprises towards the end of the show that we got a little bit of help and contribution from our community, and a special high school student wanted to ask you a question. Hopefully he kept it PG rated, but you never know with high school kids nowadays. So I guess my first question to you is, what motivated you to run for mayor, and what's your personal goals for the city?
Well, I always enjoyed being part of the public, just helping out and just doing community service type things. So back in 2007, when I retired from the Navy, moved back here, and I was appointed to the Planning Commission in 2009. So did that for 2 years, and then ran for City Council. Did that for 11 years. Then I've been the mayor for the last 3 years. So I just want to be more involved with my city and help people out.
So were you ever like in politics before? I mean, did you have like a passion for it beforehand, or was this like,
Yeah, just another way I could be put myself in with the community.
awesome? That's really cool. That's really cool.
Definitely. So this one kind of goes along with that. So what inspired you to transition from the military into public service? I mean, obviously the retirement, but
Right, yeah. So retired from the Navy, and so I just wanted to be more involved with my city. I did that in the Navy too, just with community relation projects and things like that overseas, just helping out different areas, different places, and I just wanted to be more involved with my community. So that's how I got into politics.
Gotcha. What role do veterans and their unique perspectives play in shaping the policies and projects for the city?
Well, as you know, I'm a veteran, so I definitely have a heart for our veterans and for our local VFW, and we also have American Legion post in Derby. That's a Derby Haysville post. So I definitely listen to our veterans. Recently, we declared the city of Haysville a Purple Heart City.
Really, I didn't know that.
Yep. So we have some banners around the city, and every entrance into the city, we have a sign. So doing that, a lot of cities have followed suit. So, Haysville's a Purple Heart City. So I gave them the information, gave them the contact, the who to contact, and I'm involved with that. I know that person personally, and we've just become friends. And I know the city of Keachai is getting ready to be a Purple Heart City. McPherson followed suit. Sedgwick County, they also followed suit. So it's
Wow.
it was great to be an inspiration to other government entities being a Purple Heart City.
Is there any benefits of being a Purple Heart? Or is it?
No, it's just mainly recognition, showing that we recognize Purple Heart recipients and what they did for our country.
Oh, okay.
And, what they gave. Some lost their lives,
Yeah.
and so we are definitely appreciative of their service to our country.
I mean, obviously with McConnell Air Force Base here, there's going to be a heavy military presence, but I've had some odd jobs for part-time jobs, and I was surprised at how much Navy is actually here in Kansas.
Yeah.
Almost all my customers when I worked at Cabela's I asked them what branch they were in, because I had my veteran vest on, and they said Navy. I was like, that's interesting.
Yeah, that is crazy.
And my dad's a Purple Heart veteran as well from Vietnam, so he was shot down twice in Vietnam and survived both times, thankfully. So,
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah, so
I've always enjoyed the military, Navy, and as soon as I got out of the Navy, then I started working with the Air Force. Worked for at McConnell for 11 years in the finance squadron doing IT stuff. So I was their IT person for the finance squadron. Did that for 11 years, and for the last 6 years, I've worked for the Army Reserve Center. So I've been doing that for the last 6 years. So I do that full time.
No kidding.
Yes.
You are a busy guy. Holy cow. Now, so after the reserves, I mean, then what branch are you going to go to?
Well, there's nothing else around here.
I think you kind of knocked everything out.
Yeah.
So I guess what's the?
What's great being a civilian in the Air Force and a civilian in the Army, because I'm considered a Department of the Army civilian, a DAC is what they were called. So it's definitely has its advantages being a civilian in the Army.
yeah, definitely. Just being a civilian working with the military in general, so I haven't met anyone in my time in or my dad's time in that didn't enjoy it. So it's a different experience because you're part of the military, but you're not. So
Right, yeah. And it's, you know, I have a great heart, you know, for our military. And all my jobs have been with the military, you know, one service or another. And I love all services the same. So.
yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
So can you share a challenging experience you faced during your time here in the office and what you do to overcome it?
So that probably, you know, the employees of the city are a great asset. They're the largest asset of the city, and we want to keep our employees employed. So there was a time where pay had gone, you know, pay just wasn't equitable, you know, to the outside, and then you know, we significantly increased, you know, pay for employees.
Mm-hmm.
As we do that, you know, then we have inflation again, you know, the next year. You know, prices just keep going up.
Yeah, that's no
So
joke.
we just, you know, we have to keep. It's an honor to be able to pay our employees, you know, what they're worth, and I know we try our best to do that. So that's because we want to keep our employees, because we have, you know, a lot of great employees here.
Yeah, I'll be the first. I have met, not because I got in trouble, but I have met quite a few of our men in blue, and they are very nice. Golly almighty, I should remember his name. I feel really bad. I'm sorry, but our officer on campus, the
School resource officer?
yeah, the school resource. Thank you,
SRO.
thank you.
SRO,
The
yeah.
SRO out at the campus goes to all the games. I've reached out to him. Of course, you know, during the Christmas time. This is when I wish I would have known you a little bit better.
Yeah.
But you know, during the Christmas holidays, my 2-year-old son, we dress him up as the naughty elf. You know, like the elf on the shelf. So we decorate him up, and I was trying to find a police officer that would allow me to get pulled over without giving me a ticket as we were doing this last skit. But the police department here is just top notch. These guys are fast to the scene, always willing to help,
Yeah.
and you know, a great attitude. Because I mean, these guys, they're out
Yeah.
in the worst weather. They're dealing with all of the idiots, and you know, being able to, you know, forget what just happened when you meet the next person that may need your help.
Right.
You know, is important. So yeah, that's
Yeah, I definitely love our police force. We have great officers, and they're always willing to help people out. And great SROs, you know, they're
Yep.
great with the youth and the schools. So
absolutely keep our kids safe.
that's right.
So, what would you give as far as advice to someone considering a career in the local government?
As far as like a city employee,
City employee, or maybe a young kid that wants to be governor. What advice would you give them going down that path?
you would definitely need to love your job and love working with people. That's why most of the employees here work with people one way or another. And you know, you just have to love your job and love people.
Okay.
Yes.
As far as credentials, like if somebody's wanted to be a mayor, I mean, what kind of educational background would someone need to be a mayor? I mean, is that in the job description requirements
You just
somewhere?
not. You just need to go down to the county election office and put your name on the ballot.
Shame on the ballot.
You gotta be, you have to be voting age.
There you go, Nick.
Hey, I'm barely there. I just barely skimmed by.
Yeah.
You know, goals maybe. I might be running next year.
There you go. What city?
My vote's on Russ.
Thank you.
So how? And I apologize. I'm bad with a lot of politics and all that. How long is a mayor's holds their position?
We have 4-year terms.
4-year terms.
So 4-year term for the mayor and 4-year term for all the city council members as well.
Oh, okay. So you took this in 22?
3 years, 22, yes.
Okay.
So I'll be up for re-election this year.
Oh,
So,
I'll have to.
and I am
sharpen
running again, so just
Okay. Well,
let
I
your
think
audience know. So
I think I will let you do your term. I don't feel like I would be quite qualified yet.
Yeah, not quite.
Not quite.
Any ambitions on governor or anything
Well,
like
people
that? or
have
just
people
wanna
have asked me that several times. So with my job in the military as a federal employee as well, there's something called the Hatch Act, which prevents me from running for partisan elections.
stay? Okay.
So I cannot run for a partisan election unless I retire or give up my Army job.
Yeah.
What can you explain that? What is a
So partisan is like Republican or Democrat party affiliation.
Oh, okay.
So for county commissioners, they run on that platform,
Okay.
and everything above them as well, state level.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
But city governments, we are nonpartisan governments, so we do not run on Republican or Democrat ticket.
Good to know. I had no idea.
So how exactly, I mean, obviously you're the mayor and you have your full-time job. How do you balance that with family life?
Well, when I became mayor, I was able to change my work schedule with the Army. So I work 4 10-hour days, Tuesday through Friday. That gives me every Monday in the city of Haysville, so I can take care of business, meet people. We have a lot of meetings on Mondays. I can make my schedule open for anything for the city on Mondays, which is very convenient.
That would be nice.
As far as family life, my family does see me. So I have a lot of grandkids, 4 kids, 9 grandkids. So I spend a lot of time with my wife and son and church. We're always at church, very involved with church. I'm an elder at Haysville Christian Church. So spend a lot of time doing that and just family activities.
My goodness, here, I can relate. I'm in the car business, and being able to separate, work and home and family time is a challenge. Of course, my phone rings from all hours of the day. And being able to take the pride in your job to give a customer your number and say, if there's ever anything you need at any hour of the day, I want to know about it. But a man of your stature, being in all these different positions, man, kudos. I don't think I can.
I don't stay busy. So.
That definitely, I think you've achieved the busyness of that.
Well, I'm sure with the military background, you and your family are kind of used to a busy schedule anyway. So
Right. Yeah. Even on Monday mornings, I jump on a meeting for the Army to jump on, see what's going on and be involved with that. So, I can do that, through Teams or through Zoom and things like that. So
Technology helps a little bit for
right,
sure.
definitely.
definitely a lot different than we both probably had when we joined.
Right. Yes.
So, Russ, I'm going to throw a little curveball at you here, buddy.
Sure.
So, last minute thing, we asked one of our very own campus high school seniors if they could ask you one question, what would it be?
Good.
So, I've got the video here on a tablet, and for all of our viewers, I'll post it just right here below this. Get this opened up here for you. Maybe.
Believe it or not, Nick is actually the more tech savvy of us too. Also.
Well, let's not speak too soon here. Here we go. Turn the volume up here for you.
My name is Parker Dexter, and I'm a senior at Campus High School. My question for you is, what is the biggest perk of being the city mayor of Haysville?
That's a great question. Well, I do have my own parking spot. That's helpful right there by the back entrance. But I'd have to say just meeting people. Everywhere I go, I meet people. I just like people talking to people. People recognize me, and we just started up a conversation and just all around town. Yeah. Going to different events, like Fall Festival, things like that. I run
Yeah.
into people all the time, and we just started talking. And
Did you see our booth that we had at the Fall
I
Festival?
did, yes, the car bash.
The car bash. So we're working bigger and better things for this coming year. So if everybody's watching, make sure you swing by the booth. I think everybody will get a kick out of it this year. It's
Did you actually take a swing at the car?
I did not. I did watch other people do it
Yeah.
though.
only one casualty. Only one casualty. But yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun. We raised close to 2,000.
Really good.
And 110% of everything that we raised went right back into the donated it to the school. So
Okay, great.
Yep. So I was kind of nervous. I figured when I opened that video up that he was going to ask, does Russ get speeding tickets driving through Haysville? Have you ever been pulled over driving through town?
I have not. I use my cruise control. Even here in town, I use my cruise control.
That's smart.
Except for the residential streets, they're 20 miles an hour. So the cruise controls don't go down that low.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you got to be careful with that. So.
Speed limit's just recommended though, right?
Maybe not.
No.
You will get pulled over. You will get to meet some of our Wichita finest
you
in the booth.
Haysville's finest, right?
Unlike Derby, if you're 1 mile and over in Derby, you're done.
Oh yeah.
There's more cops and churches in Derby per square mile than I think anywhere in the country.
So my ex-wife, when we first moved back from England, we were driving down through Derby, and her brother is a state trooper here in Kansas. We got pulled over on Madison Boulevard because she was doing 5 miles an hour over speed limit, and she's all very apologetic, and then she's like, because her brother was still looking for a job at the time, she's like, by the way, are you guys hiring? My brother's looking for a job. So, way to get a job interview. You never
Right.
went for it. But
Yeah.
so, all right. And then we have a Facebook question from,
Yeah, I am gonna totally butcher that, but
yeah,
is it Balthazar?
Balthazar.
Balthazar. Sorry, Paul.
Sorry, Paul Balthazar. What do you think the main,
Sorry,
I can't read your writing, Nick.
All right. What do you think the major issues are for people living in the Haysville area?
I always hear about affordable housing. There's not enough affordable housing in the area. So we do have some housing that are being built. Whether it's duplexes and single family homes, we have several different housing areas around. So it's so as those are being built, it opens up. It could open up, other homes that are being occupied now for people to buy. So, we're trying to buy. We're trying to bring in businesses as well. So
Right.
that helps out also.
Yeah, there's definitely some really cool businesses. I go down, my wife, more than anybody, I think, goes to that 060 Nutrition.
Yes,
You ever go down there and get a tea?
I'm not, but I do plan on it.
You need to go check it out. They've got some great stuff down there. If you need a little extra pick-me-up,
Right.
really good stuff. Gotta go check them out. And Josh does all of our swag stuff, the bearded banter stuff at the Wag Shop. So I need to go shout out to Josh. But yeah, we do have got some really great businesses in this town, and that's one thing that I loved about Haysville since I've been here is the community and community involvement. Everybody is just willing to go the extra mile to really help everybody in this community, and it's a small town with a huge heart. That's I think is the easiest way to describe it. So, but
I think there's several small communities around the Wichita area that do a very good job on that, like Mulvane,
yeah,
Derby, where I live.
Haysville's a little
Roseville.
bit better.
Not at football. So. We won't go there. We'll just leave
Do
that
you
there.
want to leave this conference room? He's got a button
I
underneath his
may
desk.
be meeting the boys in blue before I leave.
We've got great teams here in
Yes,
Haysville.
you do. I actually used to coach with the Derby Wrestling Club, and I will say that Haysville wrestling is pretty good. I enjoyed coming over to campus and coaching over there. They put on a very good wrestling tournament for the youth. And
Yep.
so,
We have great swim teams. Also bowling.
Yeah.
I believe the girls bowling team did very well last few years.
Our culinary team,
Oh yes, right.
man, top notch. They catered one of our chamber meetings. Whew, really, really good.
They have a barbecue team. That,
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, they just started out, and they did very well. And I forgot what place they took, but it's one of the top ones. So it's
I'll volunteer for a tester.
right.
if you want to hire the Bearded Banners to come and judge your barbecue competition, we will graciously accept.
They may do that.
So, yeah. Do you guys have a fishing club here at the high school or a fishing team or whatever?
Not that I know of.
Yeah.
I've not heard of that.
Yeah, that'd
That would
kind
be
of a
something
fun
interesting.
sport.
I know Derby started one several years ago. Actually, who you work with is Blake.
Uh-huh.
He actually started the fishing club in Derby. So maybe an aspiring youth here in Haysville will be willing to start a fishing club here for
That would be
our fishing
that'd be
team.
cool.
That'd be awesome.
Well, great. Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to the Bearded Banners podcast. We do appreciate everybody. And Russ, thank you again for taking time out of your day to visit with us.
you for
And
being here.
hopefully everybody got a couple good laughs and some information about our city mayor.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for tuning in.
Thank you guys. Have a good one.